What's up, guys? My name's Judgment. Oh boy. Hey, what's up, guys? Hey, what's up, guys? My name is Judgment, and today we're gonna be going over 10 essential tips in Strinova to improve and climb right now. After this video, you'll be able to improve instantly, both mechanically and through macro as well. And to be sure, I was given some good advice. I had 9, also known as Speeding 9, help me out. This guy is a top 5 player in North America and peaked rank 14 in the Chinese server. So be sure to check him out. YouTube and Twitch links for him, both in the description. He's a great guy, super knowledgeable about the game, and is kind enough to assist me with this video. So please do check him out. We're gonna go from the 10th tip being important, but not as important as the first. So be sure to watch till the end. Without further ado, let's get into it, starting off with tip number 10. In this game, there are a lot of characters. How do you know which one to start on? And honestly, it's a great question. Typically, it's good to pick a character you think that looks cool to play, but in this case, 9 gave me some agents that would be good for some beginners. Agents are all separated into an attack category, a defense category, or a neutral pick, meaning you can only pick them on attack, defense, or sometimes some agents you can pick on both sides. So we made sure to pick 2 per category so you can kind of vary your options, see what you like. I still think it's important to pick something that looks cool, but if you don't really know where to start, these are some good beginners. On attack, you have the options of Ming and Lewine.
Like Ming is, with her speed boost from her Q and her slow from her Q, she can like aggressively take space like no other. Plus she has one of the best guns and a passive that makes her live longer. She can take like an extra 30 damage or so a fight. Makes her the best 1v1er in the game. Yeah, Lewine is just like smoke knifing people is just, it's just unfair.
Yeah, it really is. Especially if you tether them, like you get the again, it's like cooked. On neutral, you have both Celestia and Fuchsia.
And then Celestia makes everyone on her team stronger. It's the sustain. Celestia, like, optimally is played as one of the most aggressive characters. Fuchsia is just really nice, really easy to play, and is straight up strong.
And on defense, you have Michelle and Nobunaga.
And Michelle, her turrets allow you to like basically set up traps. If you think about how you want to play defense, it's usually like aggressively getting info and like setting traps and team fighting.
All of these characters that I've just listed are all pretty easy kits to use and are very popular characters. Their guns are, while some are easier than others, after being understood, these characters, you'll be pretty solid to pick them up and hold your own. Moving on to tip number 9. This actually plays into whatever agent you just picked in the previous tip, and that is recoil patterns, guys. Every character in this game has a learnable recoil. They all follow a set pattern. If you shoot a wall like so, you'll see that it consistently follows said pattern. Learn to pull against this pattern to hit your shots more consistently. This applies also for shoulder fire. Both shoulder fire and ADS follow a recoil pattern, a little bit tighter on one versus the other. Once you practice the recoil for your character, it becomes a lot easier to hit shots and get kills. So please practice them. You have no reason not to, and this will put you at a large advantage for people you're against in gunfights. For tip number 8, we have leveling your awakenings. As you may know or may not know, since this game doesn't detail it too well, there is a buy menu in every single game mode. In this instance, we're speaking specifically in reference to the demolition or ranked mode buy menu. And here you can pick 3 different colored upgrades, all varying in prices and what they do. I'll go over them briefly, but basically, blue upgrades affect your gun, green upgrades affect your physical character, and gold upgrades affect your character's abilities. That being said, be sure to read what each of these do so you can know which to pick, as you will have 2 options per perk, and then experiment with them based on your character or your playstyle or what you see is more effective. All of these provide a different upgrade after the colors are filled, or different awakening. Your first awakening will always stay, assuming you purchased it and it's not the new half of a game when everything resets. This will last one whole half basically. Your awakening 2 and 3 will alternate based on the colors that you have picked. If you have purchased all the upgrades, then you have the option to swap to the preferred awakening. Be sure to experiment with different combinations and see what you like more, but don't forget about these awakenings, as it's a good idea to try to path your upgrades along towards these awakenings, as some of these are game changing. As you can see here, Meredith's tactical ability will throw out a slow area that also decays enemies' HP over time that is in it. If we were to go ahead and get our Awakening 3 in this example, I'm just gonna pick 2 blue and 2 gold. Now it says Desert Veil. The sandstorm blocks the field of view. These abilities are almost essential to try to path towards. In her other awakening, which as you can see, now I could swap them once I have, even though I have both options full, I'm able to swap them. Because I have awakening 2, it no longer smokes, but now it ricochets off the wall and creates another area. So we could see here, normally there's just 1 that's created. Now we're creating 2. And the only reason that we can glide off of our sand dunes that we create is because we have our first awakening, which allows us to be lifted whenever we are within those gusts. So make sure you guys are pathing towards these awakenings. They are very important in this game. For tip number 7, I'm going to go over this really quick, but it's very important. For tip number 7, we are talking about light armor on the second round. Now, in this game, you are able to refund credits, and that's very important because when a game starts, you are able to purchase 1 blue upgrade. You have 150 credits, so you can go for whatever you feel. Let's just say I go recoil handling in this case, and let's say we lose the round. If you lose the round, you are allowed to refund your credits for the full amount, and then you would be able to purchase light armor. I recommend buying light armor 99% of the time. There is a 1% off chance, but let's not worry about that. Buy light armor on the second round on every single character. There is a rare exception, but I'm not even going to talk about it. Just buy light armor. Second round, always. Now, if you are the winning team, there's the occasional situation where you are able to buy a blue upgrade on first round. You win the round, and coming into the next round, you might not be able to buy light armor, and you will be able to refund, but you'll notice that you're only able to refund for a portion versus the full amount as the losing team did. That being said, it is still a good idea to refund those credits and go to light armor. Tip number 6, be sure to abuse the third-person camera in this game mode. Think it'd be obvious, but I have seen countless people in this game sit on site like it's Valorant and waiting for people to push them. This is not Valorant or Counter-Strike or anything like that. You have a third-person camera and the ability to scout info safely, so please guys, be sure to abuse this. It is broken. As you can see in these clips, especially on defense, you can peek corners safely and then react with utility or communication to give your team the jump on what's going on, allowing you to deny a push and have allies rotate or win 1v1s. So be sure to be up on the barrier when you're defending. Listen for footsteps so you can counter pushes, and just make sure you have line of sight on all of these angles that you can. If you do not abuse the third-person camera in this game, you will be retaking sites day and night. Scout out, guys. Scout out, use that camera, and then just, if you need to run away, hey, run away when you need to. And if you got utility, go ahead and use it. Now, speaking of utility, since we're on that subject, this will actually take us into our next tip, which is grenades. Tip number 5, grenades. The grenades in this game are insanely powerful, and a lot of people don't even know that they exist just as much as the secondary. Not gonna get into details on the secondary, but the grenades are truly where this game begins to get crazy. Grenades in this game are so insanely impactful, and it's a shame that this game does not talk about them. They do give you the unlocks and everything, but they don't even tell you where to swap them, where to do any of that. But I'm going to talk about some grenade combinations that are good for attacking and defending, starting with attacking. Generally speaking, you want to carry a smoke grenade and a frag grenade on attack, or a smoke grenade and a interceptor. These are both pretty safe options. They're pretty well rounded. You have smokes to cross certain corridors, you have a grenade to secure a kill or to flush somebody out of a corner, things like that. So it's always a pretty well-rounded combination. For those of you who don't know what the interceptor is, it is basically a yellow grenade that you throw on the floor that creates a giant barrier field. As you can see in this clip here, there are several of these barrier fields, and you can even see one of my grenades get eaten up by the enemy's barrier field. The interceptor grenade is probably the most essential grenade in this game It counters all other grenades, which is why it is very strong for both attackers and defenders, just depending on the situation. For defense, you can run Interceptor Slow, you can run Interceptor Windstorm, or you can run Interceptor Frag. These are good anti-push and disruptory sort of grenades. You have your slow nade, which creates an ink field, and enemies that run on the ink are not allowed to stringify, which is the paper mechanic in this game if you are not aware, which I hope you're aware. But if you're not, it's okay. Basically, you just can't go flat, and that is really bad for a lot of people. It's kind of free hits. The Windstorm grenade forces them to glide, so it forces them to paper. Mess around with these nade combinations. These are some good ones that are hopefully good enough for you to start out. But be sure to abuse these nades, guys, and see what combinations work. Tip number 4, I actually have 9. He's going to take over this one and tell you guys about not forcing bomb plants. Playing slow, playing reactive, playing adaptive to what's going on. A lot of players will go onto a bomb site and their instant reaction is, I need to get this bomb down. There's a lot of time in this game and you need to be fighting as a team to really take advantage of the teamwork that this game needs. If you are getting the bomb plant down, you are down a player while your team is trying to fight. And the second you get that bomb down, you get bombarded. You will lose round after round, even though you're getting the bomb down. So be sure to push up, get your space, help your teammates, and then worry about planting the bomb once everything has slowed down. Let's go ahead and see what 9 has to say about this.
Like I think in a 5v5 retake, the defense legitimately has an advantage over the attack, but in like say a 2v2 retake, the attack has an advantage. So like the less people are alive, the better the plant is. Therefore, you want to get kills before you get the bomb down. Okay. I think that's how I'd put it.
Tip number 3, very important in this game, your minimap is essential. It will see a lot of things that you will not see on your own. When running out of smokes, when pushing out, when clearing sides, when clearing corners, clearing walls, everything. There is a lot of opportunity for players to hide in a lot of spots, and there's 4 people on your team that are also assisting you and looking around. In this game, scaling your map is very important. You want to make your map, I would say anywhere from 1.6 to 2. I generally play on 1.7, mess around with some sizes. I think 1.7 is pretty good personally. You can see it here on this clip. As far as the settings go, I would say preference. I have mine on rotate and fixated. Some could argue that there's better options, but I've played like that in Valorant. It worked for me. Just make sure that your map is big is the real big thing. As far as the orientation of it, don't worry too much about that. We just want to make sure that we're getting that information, because in any competitive game, information is king. It truly gives you an advantage. So take advantage of that mini map, make it nice and big, and I guarantee you'll see things you never would have seen on your screen. Moving on to tip number 2, we have holding versus toggling, and the real difference between these two is kind of a preference deal, but objectively there is a better option. Now, holding versus toggling, what does that mean? And I am saying holding versus toggling in reference to stringify mode or your paper mode. The reason holding is objectively better is because when you hold, you have the opportunity to shoot and then instantly get back into paper form. You'll see this happen a lot in 1v1 situations, semi-automatic guns, shotguns. This is truly basically an essential. You become very hard to shoot. Same thing for sniping and basically everything. As for toggling, you can do toggling, but it is going to be a little bit harder to consistently pull off that sidestep, shoot, and I do recommend that you try out both options and see what works for you. But if you try out the holding, you'll notice that it's a lot way basically 100% consistent with the sidestep shoot. So I do recommend holding. It is objectively better than the other one. See what you like, mess around, be sure to stringify, because that falls into the number 1 tip in this video. Papering in Strinova, stringify in Strinova, turning flat is broken. This should be your way of being. This should be your main state of being in this game. When you're reloading, you can stringify, you can turn completely flat. Ideally, you want to double jump or jump once and then glide. You are both quieter, slightly, but really really, it's mainly for the movement. You are moving faster, you are thin, you are hard to hit. Same thing for reloading. You're thin, you're hard to hit. You can't even shoot back right now, but you're reloading safer. Wall sticking, very hard to hit. You can dodge a lot of bullets by wall sticking. Also very good for verticality, getting you in really nice positions that you never could have got before. So guys, papering in Strinova is very important, and I feel like a lot of people forget about this. By default, your Stringify button is on control. Feel free to rebind it because you're going to be pressing this day and night 24/7. This is your main state of being. I guarantee you will dodge a lot of bullets. It is essential. It will help you live. It will help you get gunfights. It will help you move around. Stringify, Stringify, Stringify. Be sure to abuse that, guys. I can't emphasize it enough. That is the 10 best tips to improve in Strinova. Now, I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video and take it into your next games, because man, a lot of people don't have that much knowledge of this game, and I get it because it's new. So please go ahead and take this into your games. Spread it to your teammates. Tell them, hey, yo, reload. You know, you can reload in Stringify. You know, you can swap your grenades. A lot of this stuff people don't know. Help share the knowledge around the community and get these people playing the game even better. It's great for everybody, and take it into rank, guys. Take it into rank. Really hone in on that kind of stuff, and you're going to be having a good time. So I appreciate you guys for watching this video. I hope it helped. If you have any questions or if you guys have any feedback for this video, please feel free to leave it in the comments. I really appreciate everybody watching, and I hope to see you guys playing Strinova and taking this into your next games to rank up. If you guys are curious about more of my content, be sure to hit subscribe. I'm going to be making a lot of Strinova content, and I stream basically every day on Twitch. You can figure out when I go live by joining the Discord. So follow on Twitch, go sub, all that stuff, and I hope to see you guys soon whenever I make my next video or on stream. Love you guys. I hope everybody has a great night or a great day wherever you are, and I really hope this helped you guys. Much love, and go play some Strinova. Bye bye.